This is Andrew Jordan from Nodewise CPA. In this video, we're looking at Level 10 meetings as part of our series on the Entrepreneur's Operating System. If I had to pick just one part of EOS for a company to implement, it would be the Level 10 meeting. To me, this is the heartbeat of the whole system. Why? Because this one change can take you from a scrambly, reactive company to an intentional one that's making real improvements every single week. Gino Wickman, in his book Traction, explains that companies that only react in the moment never really fix problems. They just slap on bandages, and over time, you end up with an MSP held together with duct tape. Level 10s are designed to break that cycle. They give you a consistent rhythm to solve issues at the root and to keep moving forward. Level 10s follow a very specific prescribed agenda, and I strongly recommend starting out by sticking to it exactly as it's written. Once your team gets the rhythm down, you can adapt it. But at first, don't improvise, just follow the recipe. At our company, our agenda looks almost exactly like the book's version, with just a couple of tweaks we found valuable as a remote team. Because we're remote, people don't get that natural mental reset of walking to a conference room. So we start by reminding everyone not to multitask, then we all go off camera for a 1-minute breathing exercise. It's simple, just deep breaths to reset, but it makes a huge difference in helping people show up fully present. In the opening segue, we have everyone share one positive business thing and one positive personal thing from the past week, or something coming up that they're excited about. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be as small as enjoying a really great cup of coffee or as big as a child getting married. This small practice creates a culture of gratitude, puts people in a better headspace for problem solving, and nudges them to reflect intentionally on their work. Over time, it builds a more positive, connected atmosphere. Level 10s work best when two roles are clearly defined. The first is the moderator. This person runs the meeting and keeps things on track. And here's an important tip. If you're the owner, don't assume you should always be the moderator. Often, it's better if someone else leads. In our firm, my COO has often led. I'll lead sometimes too, and we intentionally rotate other team members in as they've experienced several Level 10s. It's a fantastic leadership development tool. The key is to pick someone who is organized and willing to politely interrupt and redirect when needed. The second role is the scribe. This person documents new to-dos as they come up, and it's critical they write them down thoroughly so a week later, everyone remembers exactly what was decided. After the meeting, the scribe sends out a recap of the new to-dos, who's responsible for them, and rolls the agenda forward to the next week. That way, accountability carries over seamlessly. Having a dedicated scribe frees up the moderator to focus fully on leading instead of trying to juggle note-taking. Another key tip, keep your agenda in a place where everyone can access it all week. That way, if someone has an idea, a headline, or an issue, they don't need to interrupt in the moment. They can just drop it into the agenda. This practice cuts down on so much noise and chatter during the week, and it reassures people that their voice will be heard. Their idea or concern is literally on the list for discussion. As an owner, you'll be surprised by the good ideas that surface here, ones you maybe wouldn't have thought of on your own. Then the IDS section is where the magic really happens. Even if you only solved one IDS issue per week, by the end of the year, you'd have 50 meaningful problems or opportunities addressed, things that otherwise might have lingered unresolved. Sometimes these are operational problems, sometimes they're a new idea to consider. Either way, the discipline of working through IDS every week creates steady, compounding progress. Finally, Level 10s bake accountability into your culture. Every week you review your scorecard, which are your key numbers, your rocks, which are the 90-day priorities, and the to-dos from last week. And one of my favorite reminders, done 10 minutes before the meeting still counts as done. The goal isn't when did you do it, it's that you actually delivered. That's what moves the company forward. And at the end of the day, Level 10s aren't about having another meeting. They're about getting things done, solving real issues, and building a healthier, more intentional MSP. They really are the heartbeat of EOS. And if you only implement one piece of the system, this is the most important one.